Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. We have some big news when it comes to the PlayStation 5, where it seems like it just completely obliterated everyone for the Black Friday holiday. Now, we could go and touch on this a little bit, or kind of probably assumed it was going to happen, and especially with how little we've been seeing from Xbox, or even the Switch 2 in terms of sales and deals, we figured might as well go and talk about the fact that the PlayStation 5, once again, has just been doing great. We've had a lot of brand new articles that have come out as of today, and there's also even some brand new cool co-op games we're going to go discuss too as well throughout the video, so let's just go and talk about it. Subscribe if you guys are new, or put on the notifications. Check out the giveaway that is linked down below, or the affiliate links for all the holiday sales and stuff like that for the year, and let's go and dive on into the fact that the PlayStation 5 just won. Now, we've been covering this a little bit, and we've just been seeing massive numbers literally everywhere. But right now, the PS5 had big holiday sales in the UK, Europe, America especially, and we just didn't see that much. Even on the Xbox, there was just basically nothing. So the PS5, EA Sports FC 26, and Hogwarts Legacy came out on top during Europe's Black Friday. And always usually typically similar numbers here for America. So, and also one big thing too is Hogwarts Legacy and other EA games there might even be getting sold. We covered that on yesterday's video. If you guys missed it, go check that out. So sure, there wasn't a single new release over here in the European top 20 last week, but there was a surge in sales all due to Black Friday. It's also weird that Black Friday is in Europe, but whatever. There were not a lot of different games in the top 20, and EA Sports FC 26 holds the #1 spot, while Hogwarts Legacy, for some odd reason, saw a huge boost in sales, rising 2 places to #2, and the Harry Potter spin-off knocked down Call of Duty Black Ops 7 to #3, and Battlefield to #4, which is also crazy, because this year's Call of Duty has been doing horrible. Call of Duty just came out, and it's already down to #3. And I mean, I'm sure I'll be doing good throughout the entire year. It's Call of Duty, same with Battlefield 6, but it does feel like Battlefield 6 put a massive thorn in Call of Duty's side. The only game in the entire top 20 to drop in sales was Call of Duty, which makes sense though, because it was also 3 weeks ago. So this is from GSD, who comes out with this information. But the intriguing thing is consoles. In the UK, sales of consoles were better this year than during Black Friday of 2024. So it's doing better than last year. With revenue up 14% and unit sales up 7%, Nintendo Switch 2 did okay, the data firm says, but the PS5 was actually the largest driver of console sales. Now, as we mentioned, this has a lot to do with, say, like, just actual price drops on the Pro, on the Slim, bundles, Fortnite bundles, and, well, the fact that there was just a price hike in pretty much every country this year, and this is finally them having a price decrease. In fact, the PS5 was the only console to do better this Black Friday than the previous one, with unit sales up 16% over the year before. The PS5 had a 62% share of the console market during the week. The PS5 Slim 1TB price was 21% lower compared to the 2 weeks previously. The PS5 Slim 825GB was also 34% lower than 2 weeks prior, and the PS5 Pro was down to $586, or around $100 off, which is actually at the all-time low. So even in America, it was at its all-time low. In Europe and the UK was also at its all-time lows, and had been the best week outside of its launch week. Overall, the average price of the PS5 was $340 last week, and it's only the 7th time it's even gone below $400. And this is why I was kept on promoting out those links, and a lot of people picked it on up. Thank you guys so much, because it was a lot. Xbox Series S and X accounted for 10%, that's it, of the market during Black Friday week. The average selling price of the Xbox machine was at €385, which is even higher than the baseline PS5. And that was 8% lower than 2 weeks prior. So there was like a few baby sales, we guess. We didn't really see too much in America. Nintendo Switch 2 sales took a 23% share of the market, which makes sense, but it's actually even lower than I would expect, because don't forget, this console came out this year. So you would think a lot of parents and families would be like, hey, this is our time to upgrade and move it on up. But apparently not. Switch is a lower share compared with the weeks within the weeks since launch. However, this is to be expected as well, since there was huge deals with the PS5. I mean, I'm kind of somewhat torn. Yeah, good deals. You do get better specs in the PS5. There also wasn't really any major selling game for the Switch 2. Maybe Metroid Prime, but people are kind of giving that like iffy reception so far. People weren't really loving it. A lot of critiques. It didn't have like the soul of the OG game. Like just a lot of comments. And same with like the Mario Kart. People weren't really loving that. They liked the old one better. The Donkey Kong game was okay, but like it wasn't like none of these are console sellers really. They're not like a crazy new Mario game or a brand new Zelda game, which are probably the main console sellers. Maybe they just want to mix it up, have more variety, and they'll have more over time, but still. And as well, there's only just a very small, slight drop for the Switch 2. And funny enough, the Switch 1 still took 5% of sales, which is getting kind of close to the Xbox sales themselves. Elsewhere, accessory sales were down sharply by 17%, though, which is usually a big profit margin for video games. Like, think PS5 controllers, PlayStation VR, which was on sale, Xbox Pro controllers, Xbox, the Kinect. This is a sharp drop in joypad sales, down 27%, and also gaming headsets down 28%. VR headsets, though, these were, as I mentioned, on sale, were still a popular product over Black Friday, but the unit sales were even still down 7%. The new Meta Quest had a low price of $230, which was good. I actually thought that was nice. And also the PSVR headset also had its best week of the year so far. So you guys are curious on games. We had EA Sports, Hogwarts Legacy, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Red Dead Redemption, It Takes Two, surprisingly still, a Grand Theft Auto, Pokemon. Oh, I forgot Pokemon even came out, honestly. NBA, F1 25, and all these other various things. So these are the top 10 revenues for the week as well. So it's very intriguing to see that it seems like the PS5 just dominated everyone, honestly, even the Switch too. And that also happened too as well in the UK. So, I mean, this was all in Europe, and then the UK is technically not part of Europe anymore or whatever, I don't know. So the PS5 dominates the UK in the Black Friday, sells more than 60% of all consoles too. So even in the UK market, it was selling a bajillion amounts of consoles too as well, with all these lower price points and just people getting these big deals. So it's great. Almost looks like the PS5 is basically holding up the entire market. And that's what everyone was saying, because even in the United States, PS5 was the best-selling console in the United States for Black Friday sales as well, which is nuts. There's also this other brand new console we may make a video on that's been apparently selling extremely well, so be on the lookout for that, or subscribe if you guys are still here. Well, we saw a lot of this information from all these hardwares, that the PS5 was the best-selling hardware platform with 47% of the total numbers of units sold for the week. Nintendo Switch 2 came in place with 24%, and then the next Playground Interactive Gaming System, as we may mention throughout the videos this week, a little teaser for you guys on that one. And then at least 15% for Xbox Series X and S, the old Nintendo Switch, and any other platforms like PC handhelds. So it just seems like throughout the entire world, the PS5 just dominated. Throughout every country, that sale was greatly timed. Everyone picked it up who hasn't had one already, and that's why we were selling out on so many of those links. It was really the cheapest, such as the PS5 Pro, it's ever been. That's insane to me. That's really, really good. So all around, give me your thoughts on that. There's also a little fun little bonus segment of part of the video, where basically there's a brand new JJ Abrams company that's partnered with PlayStation for a new co-op game from the same Left 4 Dead collectives. Interestingly, so we are still seeing new games, new partnerships slowly working on and this is an untitled game, comes from Bad Robot Games, basically known from Star Trek and Mission Impossible films. I would love to have a Mission Impossible video game, in all honesty, or even a Star Trek proper RPG. I'd be into that. It'll be the first major game from the studio, which has made a few smaller projects with an interactive horror TV series known as Silent Hill Ascension. So partnering Sony Interactive Entertainment allows us to bring new IPs to life too as well, and a new vision for the universe too on top of this. So this is going to be an innovative experience that is truly special for players. I could not be more excited that both Mike Booth is at the creative helm, crafting a cooperative adventure that will lead to unforgettable moments with friends. So all around cool to see, because they were the lead designer on Left 4 Dead, which is a great game, and also is a big component of all the Valve games too as well. So I'm not sure entirely what this game will be, but I feel like multiplayer games are really what PlayStation needs. Helldivers did great. We've seen phenomenal things with their single player stuff, such as Uncharted, God of War. We're still waiting for the God of War TV show as well, but I'm just excited to go and see some more brand new games, and I think they're all coming together pretty well. So give me your thoughts and comments on everything down below. We're probably gonna be hanging out and playing some Dispatch up on Twitch if you guys want to check that on out. And of course, join the giveaways, check out the affiliate links, do everything you guys want, all linked down below, and subscribe if you guys are new, or check out the second channel as well. And I appreciate y'all so much for watching it in the first place.